Sotu! Good evening and welcome to Sotu episode 17 with Pete Garden
and Jason Hyam.
Coming to you on this weekend, final round.
Yeah, round 15 coming up.
Round 15 coming up before finals.
But as a reminder that we film these on a Tuesday, right? So we still got about 3-day lag until everybody sees us Friday afternoon. It's beautiful blue skies outside.
It is great.
Wonderful from recording here.
It is excellent. Excellent recording weather.
Hopefully it stays like that until the weekend. Right?
Nice to have weather like this on the weekend.
All right, look, let's hop into it. Look, really close actually getting into, as you said, round 15. Last minor rounds, people playing off for their minor premierships.
All right, yeah.
Before finals come up.
Really exciting, yeah. See who's going into the finals as well.
But let's have a bit of a chat on this time. So let's bring over under 12s. And so under 12s will play off, the top 4 will play off over 3 weeks of finals.
All right, juniors top 4, right?
Juniors top 4, that's right. So we've got Old Collegian sitting in 1 just now with Onkaparinga, Brighton and Adelaide University rounding out that top 4 there.
Fantastic.
There will be some adjustments to the competition points because under 12s and under 14s actually are the 2 competitions that have uneven buys.
Oh, right,
so there's that buy calculator that we apply after round 15, but I'm not expecting that unless there's really dramatic results around the middle of the table in round 15, we probably won't see a change in that top 4 for the under 12s.
No, not likely by the look of those scores. Yeah.
If we step onto the under 14s there, again the top 4 is pretty well cemented with Brighton on top, finishing on top there more than likely. With Burnside, Barossa and Onkaparinga rounding that out. Now, again, depending on results from this weekend and the application of competition points from the buy calculator, that might change who actually ends up as minor premiers or not, and what position they
so
finish
the 1,
in.
2, 3, 4 might change
in order there, but it'll be those 4 teams that are probably going through. Onto the under 16s, and again, pretty much sewing up going into round 15 here with Brighton, Burnside, Onkaparinga and Barossa, who will be in the 4 there competing in finals. But again, positions could change as we can see there. Burnside and Onkas both sitting tight, on 52 with Barossa only on 50, so there's potential, depending on results in round 15, that there could be a jump there, which could make it interesting for us before we get to finals. For the under 18s ladder, so again, it's the top 4 who are playing off here, and so we've got Brighton, Barossa, South, Burnside who are in the top 4 at the moment.
Correct.
But we can see that Burnside's in the 4th position just now, Onkaparinga in 5th, and they're playing this weekend.
And there's only 3 points in it.
And there's only 3 points in it.
Right, that'll be very exciting. So.
And the other thing that's interesting here with this one, where the points are just now, so Southern Suburbs only on 37, it's only 1 point ahead of Burnside.
Correct.
If South were to have a loss with no competition points this weekend,
yes,
and Onkaparinga were to get their win over Burnside, but Burnside also got bonus points in their loss, there's potential that both Burnside and Onkas could leap South.
And South could go from 3rd to not even in final. That is great, isn't
Correct,
it?
right. So that makes it really important. I mean, you've got to play all of your games right up to round 15.
Absolutely, all the way through to make sure that you're ready to go for finals, yeah.
Correct. So that's going to be exciting. I think that's going to be a really good match. That Burnside-Onkas match will be one to keep an eye on this weekend.
They'll be going hell for leather, I'm sure.
Right, so 3rd grade, as we move into the seniors, so the seniors this year are playing finals across 4 weekends instead of 3.
All right,
So it's the top 5 teams who'll play off throughout their final series for seniors.
That'll be good.
So for 3rd grade, 5 teams competing in 3rd grade this year, so all teams playing in the first weekend of, whoever finishes first as Wyman's premiers will have the week off.
First weekend off, yeah.
And the other 4 will play their matches, which at the moment is sitting Old Collegians in top spot there. But Onkaparinga not far behind, so again, depending on results from round 15, it is...
Anything can happen.
Yeah, and it's North Torrens who's picking up the bye this weekend, so that will even out the number of matches played for everyone there in 3rd grade. Onto the women's ladder. Now, again, this is another really interesting competition, I think, to keep an eye on here. So as we get 5 down, we're looking at Uni, Southern Suburbs, Burnside, Brighton and Onkaparinga at the moment sitting in the 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Right? But as we can see here, Onkaparinga and Woodville are on the same competition points, so it's the points differential that's splitting them at the moment.
And Brighton only 3 points clear of them, just that one step up as well.
Correct.
So
the matches
really
to keep an eye on this weekend. So Onkaparinga, who are sitting in the fifth spot at the moment, have their game against Elizabeth.
All right.
And then Woodville, who are in the sixth spot, are playing Brighton in that fourth spot there. So depending on the results of those games, there's potential for almost anything to happen in the bottom end of that
bottom
five.
two,
there, right?
yeah.
And then the other match to keep an eye on, which will be a really excellent one, will be Adelaide University and Southern Suburbs coming back together, top of the table clash.
Absolutely. So that'll be for the minor premiership. Very exciting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, then we move on to reserve grade. So reserve grade, again, where the competition points are just now is reasonably sewn up. So the top five are Old Collegians, Brighton, Onkaparinga, Burnside and Southern Suburbs. So they'll play off for reserve grade 1. And then the next five, so Port Adelaide, Woodville, Adelaide University, Elizabeth and Barossa will play off for reserve grade 2 title. But still got round 15. There's potential for positionings to change there depending on results in round 15.
Correct, yeah.
And then on to Premier Grade. So Premier Grade, another good one to take a look at. So as it stands at the moment, Brighton, Old Coles, Burnside, Onkers and Souths. So same five same five clubs, if you like.
Correct.
Who are in the top half just now. But Port Adelaide had a narrow win over Onkaparinga in round 14.
Saw that one, yeah.
Which has left them on 39 competition points, only 2 behind Southern Suburbs, and that's where the split in the table will be. So Port this weekend are being hosted by Barossa. They're travelling up the road there, and then Southern Suburbs are playing Old Collegians at home, and that one's a live stream one. And anything can happen in that.
Absolutely, that's really exciting. So that could turn that one around.
That
pretty
potentially
easily,
could change as well, right? So look, exciting stuff, and I think it's good. Although some of those teams who are going into finals is cemented, but there's still the adjustment for spots and things like that as well through the competitions, which looks pretty good. So keep an eye on round 15. For round 15, we've got Burnside who are hosting Brighton. Down at Burnside there, except for the under-18s and the women, where they've got Onkers and Barossa.
Okay, yeah.
For those matches. As I mentioned before, the live stream match, Southern Suburbs and Old Collegians, with South also playing in their 16s will play Onkers. And in their women, as we mentioned before, playing Adelaide University.
The top of the table clash.
Top of the table clash, and I take a look at that before the live stream that's happening there. Woodville are hosting Onkaparinga, but that will be played down at Onkaparinga, given Woodville's redevelopments and things.
Indeed.
And the women's game there at Onkers will be Brighton, so they'll make their way down there to play Onkers, which will be interesting for that women's competition as to where
that draw as to who's going to get into finals.
Correct. As I mentioned, Barossa up to Port. Barossa at Barossa. Port travelling up there to go and play that last match.
All right.
Up there, and then Elizabeth are hosting Adelaide University, except for your women who are hosting Onkers.
All right. Yeah. Excellent.
So that's where we're sitting, and that's where we're standing for moving into round 15.
It's a lot of exciting things, lots of changes that could happen in the next few days.
There is, and no doubt, as those scores and those matches are finalised on Saturday, people will be really interested to find out, okay, where's the final table standings and things like that. So we've got quite a bit on, particularly starting from Saturday evening into preparing for that first weekend of finals.
Very much so. Yeah.
Not only finalising where the ladder finishings are, making sure those teams are allocated to their matches for the Saturday, Sunday and the first week. We've got things like injury, potential injury dispensations to consider. The finals eligibility, making sure those reports are out to clubs so they know who can play and what grades.
Very much so, yeah.
So a lot of work that'll be coming up. So we're just getting into the planning and preparations around that just now. It's pretty cool.
It's exciting.
Looking forward to it.
Finals time's always a good time of year. So nice to have all the clubs at one venue on the weekend and just regularly all over the place, and loads of people just in a good vibe, ready to watch and play some rugby. So
awesome.
looking forward to it.
All right. Look, that's all about Ask Russo. We've got a little bit of hashtag Russo community.
Hashtag Russo community.
Let's round it out with some Russo community
questions coming in. So
a couple of photos there. There was your Sparkly had Ladies' Day. I think a few clubs had Ladies' Day. Southport. Elizabeth.
Friday was International Women's Day.
Right.
Which, we missed it on the podcast last week, so it would have been good to have International Women's Day and a shout out to everybody. So maybe this week then. We hope you all had a wonderful International Women's Day.
Yes.
With more than 50% of the population being women.
Yes.
Obviously, we wouldn't be around without them.
It's good, but there was a nice shot of you there with your pink sparkly boots.
Yes, they're actually plain black boots.
Right.
But with Ladies' Day coming up, one of the players, Lauren, in our women's team, said, somebody should wear some fancy boots, and I was like, all right, we'll see what we can do. And she took them away and turned them into a pink glitter ball, which was a bit of fun. So pink socks, pink boots, and bit of I'll tell you what, I think I crossed the line. Might be the first time this year I've scored a try. The boots did their job,
excellent.
Which is good. Yeah.
And then we also had a bit of hashtag Russo community with front page on the Advertiser. Rugby getting a mention in there with the Sharks.
Yeah, the Adelaide Uni Sharks. That was great. Right?
Yeah.
Front page of the Advertiser is fantastic opportunity for rugby.
Yeah.
Never mind the fact that it's advertising inclusivity in our game, and the fact that everybody's welcome, and the fact that we have rugby in South Australia. Still people who I meet, week in, week out, who don't know there's rugby in South Australia. So fantastic to have
well
that
done
coverage.
in that. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
And great initiative to see out of Adelaide University there. Hopefully a third men's team that's going to join competition next year.
Awesome.
As well,
that'll be great. So that'll add another side to the third grade, which would be good. One more on the Russo community, the double rainbow that we had out. Actually, that came out as I think it was as Barossa had scored a try, and we were coming back to halfway. I was about this far away from Paul Ridley, the assistant referee, as we were running around. I looked over and I was like, "Oh, a beautiful rainbow for a rugby day! Isn't this great?" It was really beautiful picture. So thank you. I think that was taken from our Ladies' Day tent. So great job out there.
All right, so quick one on some international rugby. Wallabies. Go on over the All Blacks.
Gold-blooded, mate. We did say it on Friday. There was an opportunity there. With
didn't they take it?
The All Blacks stuttering a little, and didn't the Wallabies come out firing, huh? I mean, you can say what you like about card this or man down that or whatever have you, but 12 months ago, the All Blacks would have still run away with it with 13 men, I reckon. So massive turnaround, really exciting to see the Wallabies playing some fantastic, attacking rugby.
And you know who they don't seem to be missing at all in their squad? Israel Folau.
Can't think, mate.
Don't seem to be missing him at all in the performance there.
Don't even remember who that is, mate.
Anyway,
I tell you what though, interesting fact this weekend, coming back to rugby, rugby stuff, real rugby stuff, is my favourite stat out of the weekend: number of penalties conceded by the Wallabies in 80 minutes, 4. That's the least amount of penalties they've conceded in a game since 2011.
Wow,
it's a massive stat. And obviously All Blacks having conceded many more, and the card and the whatever, which is why Steve Hanson's so angry about their performance on the field and their temperament. But even 4 penalties in a game,
and the possession stat as well. Wallabies were about 70% possession to keep the ball off them. They can't score points.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You don't make mistakes and you don't do stupid things. You can hold on to the ball and you can score points. And that's just great performance by the guys, and great head on their shoulders this weekend.
And nice to see South Africa taking out the rugby championship there.
Mate, 10 years between trophies there. So really happy to see that. That was an early morning on Sunday for me to get up, but definitely worth it. I had to be up early anyway with the under 12 trials going ahead. But fantastic. Really really good to see the green and gold boys taking it home, and the gold-blooded boys taking it home. It's a good weekend for me from a sport perspective, for all of us, I suppose. So fantastic.
All right, well, speaking of which, I think we've probably taken up enough of everybody's time reviewing rugby, talking rugby. We could probably stay here all day, but we've got plenty of other stuff to get on.
That's it, and everybody's got a weekend to get into playing some rugby, so good luck with the weekend. Hopefully the weather's good.
Enjoy round 15, and we'll get set for finals the week after.
That's it. We'll chat to you when finals are ready to roll.
Take care.